vibes. You know, we on some chill, we on some cool today. In today's video about hours in silence and grind with your purpose. You know what I mean? As you do your walk towards your destination to fulfill your goals and to do the things that you're made to do in this life, there is going to be a time in your life where you're going to have to spend hours in silence. If you're not knowing how it's going to look or if it's going to come or when it's going to come, but you're just going to have to sit there and just trust and believe that it is definitely coming. It is definitely coming. Journey, we might find ourselves discouraged or find ourselves unimportant or incapable of doing the many great things that we're made to do in this life when it comes to us achieving our goals. Because yeah, it's gonna get hard, bro. It's gonna get hard. There's gonna be days where you feel like you don't want to talk to nobody. There's gonna be days where you feel like you want to be around any and everybody, right? And then also there are gonna be days where you're just gonna have to be by yourself. Like, you're gonna have to be isolated by yourself. If you're watching this and you're currently in a season of isolation to where you feel like everybody around you is kind of out your life right now, then you're exactly where God needs you to be. Silence, hours of refinement, hours of improvement, because during these hours of silence, this is where you're going to become the most vulnerable when it comes to you getting the things that you need to get from the divine realms to help you ascend and succeed in this life. There's been many times in my life where I had to spend hours of silence alone. Roommate, much on our own, and we were doing our thing. Where I was isolated away from my family, I was isolated away from my friends. I spent many of my days for a year, literally a year, in silence. I wake up knowing that I didn't have nobody to talk to. I wake up knowing that nobody's gonna call in and check on me. And during those times, it wasn't saddening to me, but it was an opportunity to look at this like an opportunity for growth. Because when there's no actual physical bodies around to talk to you and uplift you and console you and help you out and help you get through things when you're going through the hardest things of your life, that's the opportunity where you can go up and take that with God. That is your opportunity to not distract yourself with substances, but actually distract yourself and get the proper guidance that you need with a substance. And that substance is God, Yahweh, whoever you put your faith and your beliefs to. That is what's going to help you get through these hours of silence. Because when God puts you through a season of isolation, He's putting you through a season of refinement. He's putting you through a season of pruning. This is a season for you to sit down and kind of overlook everything that you've been doing right and wrong in your life. You know what I mean? I know last video I was turned up on y'all like crazy, and now today we're gonna be we're gonna be a little bit mellow, and we're gonna be more chill, and we're gonna be more calm about this. Although I don't mind teaming up on you guys, but at the same time, during these hours of silence, this is the time for you to look at yourself and go within. When you find yourself in a season of isolation, go from within. Don't look outside for any external validation. None of it is coming. None of it's coming until you start looking for it, but that's the point. You're isolated for a reason. You're supposed to be by yourself. You're supposed to be alone, by yourself, with God. Because that's the only person that you can be with. And God is omnipresent. So it's not like you really have a full physical body there with you with the same conscious line as you do. But you do have something very much more powerful than that. And then from this place of being in silence and being in solitude, this is where you're going to get your most evolution done. Most of your evolution is going to come from this season of isolations. When you're by yourself and you don't have nothing going on. Let's say you're living by yourself and you're bored. Boredom is the best. Oh my God. Boredom is the best price for creativity. Because when you're bored, that's when your mind and your imagination starts to accumulate. That's when you can start thinking about things that you never really thought of. For me personally, the year that I went homeless was literally right after the year I blew up with my entrepreneurial stuff. Me and my guys were making hella money running our recording studios. I'm not going to disclose any numbers, but we were making money. And then after we lost our businesses, and then after I went through some of the things that I had to go through at home, I ended up leaving home. I had to be by myself. I had to be bored. I had to be pruned. I had to be refined. But through all of that, I ended up finding new ideas, a new strategy, a new identity. I had to sit there and recreate myself. The 25th law of power is to always recreate yourself when necessary. And during that time and during these seasons of isolations, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is the most necessary time to sit there and really recreate yourself. I'm talking top to bottom, from hairstyle to body type to the things that you like to the things that you do on a day-to-day basis. Because that season of isolation isn't supposed to break you, it's supposed to make you. It's not supposed to break you down, but it's supposed to help you break through. It's not supposed to sit here and lock you out of all the things, because the real key is always being you. But until you sit down and take some time for yourself to really sit there and figure out what it is about you that you need to do for yourself, or what it is that God needs you to do so you can carry out the rest of your plans and fulfill your destiny. Until you figure out these things, you will remain in this season of isolation. You will remain in hours of silence. There will be a time where not too much is meant to be said. And during this time, I'm not gonna lie, you are going to feel very much alone. You're gonna feel like you don't have nobody in your corner, or hardly. And that's okay. That's exactly where you want to be at. To me, how I looked at it was, when I went through my season of isolation, it really came down to one of two things. That was a moment of reflection, an opportunity to realize who's really in my corner, who's really gonna check on me when I haven't been out and about, who's gonna notice when I'm actually gone. And then when you start getting that type of perspective down and you start looking at things like that, then it's just like, okay, cool. You get to see things for how they really is. You get to see people for who they really are. And most importantly, you get to learn a lot more about yourself. You get to really realize what it is that you are going to tolerate and what you're not going to tolerate as a human being. Because maybe you need to be isolated so you can learn how to stop letting people disrespect you. Maybe you needed to be isolated so you can get new ideas and get new endeavors and put yourself in a position of pressure. Maybe you had to go through the fire alone this season so you can come out stronger than what you already were. You came in as a iron sword, but now you're steel. You sat in that fire very much long, my guy or my girl. Now you're a good steel sword, high quality steel sword. And then when God puts you back into that melting pot and gets you refined again for your isolation season, you're gonna come out as a gold sword, then a diamond sword, then I don't know, whatever's next. Whatever's next. But look at this opportunity of hours in silence as a blessing rather than a curse or a detriment. Because being in a season of isolation and being alone, this is where you're going to get some of your best ideas at. Why? Because there are not a lot of people in your magnetic aura magnetizing off of you. You can actually keep your energy and understand what it is about your essence. You can know what it is to feel your essence. You know what your essence feel like? Do you even know what your essence feel like? Do you really know what your own raw ass energy feels like? And if you're watching this, I know you're a raw ass person. I know you raw as fuck. I know you good. I know you a good ass person, a high vibrational person. But did you really feel that for yourself when you was too busy being around all these people in the world that were just constantly gonna take it because they recognized it first? Or maybe you do recognize it, but you have boundary issues. Maybe you do recognize it, but you don't know how to speak up because your throat chakra's blocked. Maybe you do recognize it, but you're too scared or you're too shy to express it and put it out for the world to see. Maybe there's something about you that people see or don't see, but God sees, and He needs to put you in a season of isolation so you can see it and you cannot bring it forth into this world. Because I told you, the only two things that matters in this world is evolution and creation. But you can't have both without the other. You can't have one without the other. Without evolution, there's no creation. With no creation, there's no evolution. So think about that. Next time it gets hard, next time you're alone, or next time you just feel like nobody loves you, or you just feel like the world just turns its backs against you, God did it. And recognize that right then and there. Say it to yourself, or look at the imaginary camera to your left or to your right or up or down and just be like, you know what? God, what is it that you're trying to show me this time? Or God, what is it that you want me to do this time? Or God, what is it that you need me to learn? And I'm telling you, through that season of isolation, through that waiting period, through those hours of silence where you're just going through your days and you're not really saying too much because it's all being worked up in here, and you're getting the downloads and you're getting the frequency increases and you're getting these third eye headaches and you're getting flutters in your heart and you're getting muscle jumps and all types of things that's going on. That's all because God is working through you, bro. God is elevating your experience to put you at the highest vibration he possibly can for you. He's putting you in a position that you didn't think that you can put yourself in, or whatever it is that you're asking for is getting delivered to you now, because now you're doing the final, because now you're in the final stages of what it is that he needs you to do in order for you to become who it is that you need to become. Life isn't difficult unless you make it difficult. And so through these hours of silence, my friend, don't take it personal. Just look at it as, what does God want me to learn, and what does he want me to do during this time? And I guarantee you, and I promise you, Matthew 21:22, this verse pretty much says, anything that you pray for and you fully believe in, God is going to deliver it for you. He's going to give you deliverance. And so during this season of isolation, if you find yourself in hours of silence, pray for something that's very, very meaningful for you. Whatever it is that you want, as long as you believe in that prayer 100%, then you're going to realize why he got you in hours of silence right now. You're going to realize why he needs you to be alone right now. So you can work on yourself, so you can be able to hold the things and maintain and take care of the things that he's going to deliver next season. Because this season is all about you. Next season is going to be you and whoever, whatever that is going on. Nothing more, nothing less. I can't make this more harder for you guys. I can't make this clear as more day than it is. I can't make the grass any greener than it already is. I can't.